Friends, welcome to you to your favorite YouTube channel, Uday Bhans's English or Learn English with Uday Bhans. Today's episode is about the first part of verb. At first, we should know about the derivation of the word verb. The word verb has been derived from the Latin word. The word verb has been derived from the Latin word verbium. Underline verbium. And verbium, that means the word verb has been derived from the Latin word verbium. Yes, in bracket you can write Latin word. That means once again the word verb has been derived from the Latin word verbium. Let's proceed about the definition of the verb or definition of verb. What is verb? Most of the people have a wrong notion regarding the definition of verbs. But at first it would be better on the part of us to know the fact, to know the actual definition of verb. What is verb? The word or the phrase. The word or the phrase that tells us. The word or the phrase that tells us what the subject does is a verb. Or the word or the phrase that tells us what is done to the subject, that is a verb. The word or the phrase that tells us what happens to the subject, that is a verb. And the word or the phrase that tells us what the subject is, that is also a verb. And finally, the word or the phrase that tells us what the subject has is a verb. Once again, so we shall proceed towards the definition of verb. What is verb? The word or the phrase that tells us what the subject does or what is done to the subject or what happens to the subject or what the subject is or what the subject has is a verb. Let's proceed. The word underline, that means verb may be a word, underline phrase, that means the verb may be a phrase. Example, birds fly, example, birds fly, birds fly. Happens here underline fly because it is a word. Another example, yes, birds are flying. Birds are flying. Birds are flying. Birds are flying. So underline are flying. So it is a phrase. So the fact is clear to you that the word or the phrase, that means verb may be a word, may be a phrase. The word or a phrase that tells us what this subject does or what is done to the subject or what happens to the subject or what the subject is or what the subject has is a verb. Let's discuss about the definition one by one. Number one, the word or the phrase, perhaps birds fly, fly is the word, and birds are flying, and are flying is the phrase. So the word or the words, or the word or the phrase that tells us what the subject does. What the subject does. So the definition is what the subject does. Does means we can say did or will do, but the definition will be longer. So I think that I should have to tell you or I should have to manage you with the present form of the definition. So the word or the phrase that tells us what the subject does. You can say what the subject did or you can say what the subject will do. The word or the phrase that tells us what the subject does is a verb. Example. Lota smiles. Lata smiles. Lata smiles. Here Lata smiles mean underline Lata because Lata is the subject. And what the subject does? And the answer is smiles. Underline smiles, it is the verb. Perhaps I think that this definition is clear to you. That means what the subject does is a verb. And in this particular definition, I have given you an example, and the example is Lata smiles. Lata is the subject and smiles is the verb. So this particular sentence tells us what the subject does. Perhaps this definition is clear. Next, what is done to the subject? What is done to the subject is also a verb. Example: boiled rice. Boiled rice. Boiled rice is eaten. Boiled rice is eaten. Boiled rice is eaten. That means underline boiled rice. It is the subject. Boiled rice, subject. And is eaten, it is the verb. So perhaps I think that the word or the phrase that tells us what is done to the subject is a verb. Perhaps it is clear to you. Next, we shall proceed the definition. What happens to the subject is also a verb. What happens to the subject is also a verb. Example: people die. Example: people die. People die at the old age. At the old age. People die at the old age. At the old age. Here now you can see underline people as the subject and die as the verb. Die, underline die as verb. What happens? That means this particular sentence tells us what happens to the subject. Only for this reason, it is a verb. Next now you can see what the subject is also a verb. What the subject is also a verb. Example: here you can write example. What the subject is. Example: Katrina is an actress. Katrina is an actress. Is an actress. Katrina is an actress. Katrina is an actress. And underline Katrina as subject. And is verb. That means what the subject is. The verb tells us what the subject is. So only for this reason, it is also a verb. Next, what the subject has. What the subject has, it is also a verb. Example: what the subject has. Next, what the subject has is also a verb. What the subject has. Example: you can write Salman has. Salman तब सलमान खान एक बार कमिटमेंट कर दिया तो कर दिया. So Salman has a cat. Salman has a cat. Here Salman is the subject. Underline Salman. And has verb. Next. So perhaps I think that it will be better on the part of mine to make a recap of the definition of the verb. What is verb? The word or the phrase that tells us what the subject does, or what is done to the subject, or what happens to the subject, or what the subject is, or what the subject has, is a verb. Once again, the word or the phrase that tells us what the subject does, or what is done to the subject, or what happens to the subject, or what the subject is, or what the subject has is a verb. We can say what the subject does, that means subject does, did, will do. And what happens means, what is done means, that means what is done, what was done, or what will be done. What happens means what happens or happened or will happen. And what the subject is means, that means what the subject is, what the subject was, what the subject will be. And what the subject has means, that means what the subject has, what the subject had, what the subject will have. So perhaps I think that I have given necessary information regarding the definition of verb. Next, we shall proceed towards the classification of verbs. Next, we shall proceed about the classification of verbs. Classification means types of verbs. Actually, there are different types of verbs in English. But according to meaning and use, yes, you can write according to meaning and use. According to meaning and use. According to meaning and use, or meaning and function, there are two types of verbs. According to meaning and use, there are two types of verbs. So what are the two types of verbs? According to meaning and use, there are two types of verbs. What are the two types of verbs? The two types of verbs are auxiliary verbs and main verbs. Auxiliary verbs and main verbs. According to meaning and use, there are two types of verbs and they are auxiliary verbs and main verbs. What is auxiliary verb? What is auxiliary? Yes, you can write here. What is auxiliary? The verb that is used to support. Only you can write to support. To support. The verb that is used to support. The verb that is used to support another verb. Support another verb. The verb that is used to support another verb, especially to a main verb. Especially to a main verb. Once again, the verb that is used to support another verb, especially to a main verb, that is an auxiliary verb. Once again, the verb that is used to support another verb, or especially to a main verb, and that is an auxiliary verb. Example. Now, in other words, we can say that the auxiliary verbs are used to support main verbs. What is auxiliary? The verb that is used to support another verb is an auxiliary verb. Example. You can write example. The baby is crying. The baby is crying. The baby is crying. The baby is crying, and in this particular sentence, the baby is the subject. And crying is the main verb, because it has lexical meaning. And the verb, yes, underline the baby as the subject only, yes, you can write. And cry is the main verb, or crying is the main verb. NB you can write. And that is now you can see the verb, yes, is, that is auxiliary verb. Simply AUX, not the AV. That means AV means audio video. So simply auxiliary verb. That means now you can see how the auxiliary verb here helps the main verb. That means just like now you can see, if we omit is, we cannot say the sentence, the baby crying. And crying is possible only for each. And as crying is possible only for each. So here, the auxiliary verb is used to support the main verb. And as the auxiliary verb is used to support the main verb, and in this way, we have got clear information that it is the duty of each auxiliary verb to support main verb. Next, we shall proceed towards the types of auxiliary verbs. Next, we shall proceed towards the types or classification of auxiliary verbs. Actually, there are two types of auxiliary verbs in English. Actually, there are two types of auxiliary verbs in English. So, what are the two types of auxiliary verbs? Yes. The first one, that is primary, underline primary. And the second one, that is secondary. So, in this way, so we can classify the auxiliary verbs in two broader divisions or classifications. And what are they? Primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries or secondary auxiliaries. The secondary auxiliaries are also called modal auxiliaries or modals. So, there are two types of auxiliaries. Primary auxiliary, number one, primary auxiliaries. Number two, secondary auxiliaries. What are primary auxiliaries? What are primary auxiliaries? The primary auxiliaries are we, be, have, and do. Be, have, and do. Be, have, and do. These are the primary auxiliaries. Be, have, and do. These are the primary auxiliaries. And the secondary auxiliaries are can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, must, need, dare, used to, and ought to. And the secondary auxiliaries are can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, must, need, dare, used to, and ought to. Once again, that means there are two types of auxiliaries, primary auxiliaries and secondary auxiliaries. The primary auxiliaries are be, have, and do, and the secondary auxiliaries are can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, must, need, dare, used to, and ought to. We shall proceed. Next, we shall proceed about the types of primary auxiliaries. Or what are primary auxiliaries? Primary auxiliaries mean be verb, underline be verb, have verbs, and do verbs. We have and do. We have and do verbs are primary auxiliaries. Or primary auxiliaries have three structures, three sectors. And what are they? We have and do. What are be verbs? What are be verbs? Is, are, was, were, be, being, and been. Is, are, was, were, be, being, been. Is, are, was, were, be, being, been. These are the be verbs. Is, are, was, were, be, being, been. These are the be verbs. And what is the use of be verbs? Be verbs are used for progressive purpose. Be verbs are used for progressive purpose. Be verbs are used only for progressive purpose. Example, you can write example. Progressive purpose, that means be verbs are used only for progressive purpose. Example, Sita is running. Sita is running. Sita is running. Sita is running. That means Sita is running, and running is the progressive form or verb plus ing form, and verb plus ing form means that means it is the progressive form, and it is possible only for the existence of each circle is. So we can say that be verbs are used. Be verbs are used for progressive purpose. What are be verbs? Is, are, was, were, be, being, been. These are the be verbs. Next, we shall proceed to our sector number 2. Have verbs are also primary auxiliaries. Have verbs are also primary auxiliaries. What are have verbs? Has, have, and had. Has, have, and had. They are have verbs. And that is now you can see the have verbs are used only for perfective purpose. Only for perfective purpose or sense we use have verbs. Example, you can write she has danced. She has danced. She has danced. She has danced. And here, that means has danced, it is the perfective aspect. Has danced, it is the perfective aspect. And only for this reason, it becomes perfective only for the existence of have verbs. And what are have verbs? Has, have, and had. What are do verbs? What are do verbs? Do, does, and did. Do, does, and did. They are do verbs. And what is the purpose of using do verbs? Do verbs are used for negative, interrogative, and negative interrogative purposes. Do verbs are used for negative sentences. Example, Jittu does not run. And this particular sentence is a negative sentence. So here, do verb, that means does is used. So it is a negative sentence. Number 2, does Nitu run? It is an interrogative sentence. And in this particular sentence, do verb is also used. Example number 3, does not tend to run. Does not tend to run. It is a negative interrogative sentence. So, in this particular sentence, do verb is used. So, what is the use of do verb? That means do verbs are used in a negative sense, in interrogative sense, and in a negative interrogative sense. Just make a recap what I have taught you. What is verb? The word that tells us what the subject does, or what is done to the subject, or what happens to the subject, or what the subject is, or what the subject is a verb. And so far as the classification of verbs, we can say that there are 2 types of verbs in English according to meaning and use. So what are the 2 types of verbs? That means auxiliary verb and main verb. What is auxiliary verb? The verb that is used to support another verb, especially to a main verb, that is known as auxiliary verb. And types of auxiliary verbs. And especially there are 2 types of auxiliary verbs. There are 2 types of auxiliary verbs in English, and they are that means primary auxiliaries and secondary auxiliaries. What are primary auxiliaries? That means be, have, and do. These are known as primary auxiliaries. And be verb means is, are, was, were, be, being, been. And that means they are used for progressive purpose. And then have verbs. What are have verbs? Has, have, had. They are have verbs, and they have verbs are used for perfective purpose. And then do verbs. What are do verbs? And do verbs mean especially do, does, and did. And the do verbs are used for negative, interrogative, and negative interrogative senses. And next, secondary auxiliaries. And what are secondary auxiliaries? The secondary auxiliaries are can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, must, need, they are used to, and ought to. Perhaps I think that you have been given complete information regarding the verb. And if this particular channel, Learn English with Uday Bhans, is useful or will be useful to you, please like, share, comment, and subscribe it. Thank you.